Is Jesus relevant today? That is my question to you. That is my challenge to you. I challenge you personally, but I'd really like this as a video for you to try and change my mind. My mind and my belief and my decision at the moment is that there's nothing more important than Jesus. There's nothing more important than the words that he has spoken, than the things that we read and hear about him in his scriptures, from Genesis to Revelation in the Bible. I do believe that everything in the Bible, all of the words of God, are so relevant for society today. But maybe you disagree. If you do, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to challenge you, or I'd love for you to challenge me. I'd love for you to try and change my mind. And I'd love to have a good discussion on it. It doesn't matter whether you're an atheist, whether you're a scholar, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're into Buddhism and New Age and meditation, whoever you are, if you disagree that Jesus is relevant for today, I'd love to hear from you. Because I often pose this question, and I love always testing and challenging people to see, where do they really stand? Where do you stand with the words that Jesus spoke? Where do you stand with the things that are written down in the scriptures of the Bible? And maybe you've heard some things about the Bible, maybe you've heard some of the scriptures, but I would like to say this. When I talk about Jesus, I have nothing to do with the Catholic Church, nothing to do with mainstream Christianity and professing Christians, nothing to do with that, because most of that stuff is not even biblical. It's not even from the Bible. In fact, it's very anti-Christ, so unfortunately today, when I talk about Jesus, people kind of assume that that's like Catholicism or church, anything like that. But Jesus was against all that stuff. He was killed by religious systems. And I really haven't seen, especially online, I have not seen the right kind of discussion or debate from a solid, I wouldn't say Christian, I call myself just a follower of Jesus, the words that he's spoken. So I'd love to hear from you, see what you think. Do you think that the things that God has written in his word, or the things that are written in the Bible, do we need them today? Or is there a better way? Is there a better way to live without the words of Jesus? Or do you think maybe Jesus just had some cool ideas, but you don't agree with everything he said? Let's debate. I challenge you to change my mind. I'm very open to discussion. I'd love to talk. Maybe we can do something online. Maybe you can send a challenging video with some questions. But ultimately, I believe that God's word is eternal. I believe that everything that he's written is so vital for us today. And I actually believe that because we are not living by his ways and his laws and his decrees and his way of living in creation, I think that's why the world is going down. I think that's why so many people are stuck in depression and fear and addiction and lust and guilt and shame. And everyone's trying to work their own way. Everyone's trying to find out what their purpose is and try to find the best way to believe, or what's the best way to live. But I say to you that there is no better way to live than to be born again of water and spirit. Be born again into the kingdom of the God and follow his ways. So that's the challenge. Is Jesus relevant today? Do we need him in this world? Do we need the things that he said? Do we need him when it comes to politics? Do we need his words when it comes to work, when it comes to family, when it comes to relationships? I think we can't live without him. We cannot live without him, and you're only going to go downhill into the pit, into darkness, into eternal damnation if you live without him. Does he have his relevancy today? Challenge me. I challenge you to challenge me. Change my mind. I don't think I'm open to discussion, but I'm still waiting to hear a convincing argument, because whenever I chat with people, man, if their foundation crumbles, maybe you think you have a good foundation. Let's test it. If it's true, if your foundation is true, let's test it. Let's challenge it and see if it stands the test of time. I think God's word stands the test of time through all the ages, and it always has done and it always will do. But I'm not talking about mainstream Christianity, this mainstream sissy, long-haired, white Jesus, weak man that many religions sort of portray him to be, and even professing Christianity. I wouldn't call myself a Christian. I kind of just call myself a follower of Jesus and his words. That's the challenge. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you.